Hey everybody, I have been playing with iReady all day and thought the best way to share some of these resources with you was to just create a little recording. I know at TBTs we talked a little bit about practice tests and some resources. So for some of you who still might have some questions, this should help. So when you log into iReady, one of the coolest things that they offer is, of course, the Teacher Toolbox. So under instruction, you'll see the Teacher Toolbox. Go ahead and click on that. When you get into the Teacher Toolbox, I am not positive on your end if you're going to see just your grade or if you're going to see everybody, so bear with me. But you'll see for kindergarten and first grade, there are a ton of resources here and then some assessment opportunities to assess specific lessons and standards. When you click on them, it's really cool because if you click on the student version, you can assign to Google Classroom, or you can open it and just print if you wanted to have them work on something paper and pencil. That is similar for first grade. So some assessment opportunities for each lesson and standard. A couple other cool things are the teacher-led activities and student-led activities. So we'll talk about those here in just a second. When you start getting into the second grade standards, voila, here is some assessment practice activities. So if you click on that, you'll have a couple options: assessment 1, assessment 2, so just two different versions, and then your teacher's guide. If you click on one of those, you will have an option again to assign to Google Classroom, or simply open if you wanted to print and have students work on that paper and pencil, or in a small group if you wanted to work with them on it. Going to third grade, you'll see the same type of resources. Here's assessment practice activities. But I'm going to go back to the classroom resources. I think this is super cool. I know some teachers have asked about teacher-led activities, student-led activities, and what some centers might look like. So here are a couple options over here in the student-led activities. For example, I'm going to click on student-led activities for lesson 1, understand the meaning of multiplication. If you click on that, there's a couple options: a student-led activity for below grade level, on level, above level. Go ahead and click on the below level one. And this is something you can open and print for just a student-led small group activity, a partner activity, an activity you want to use with them because you think it's really cool. And it talks to you here about the instructions. So for this specific activity, it would be a partner activity where students are working together. Pick a word on the recording sheet, which is right down here. And they would work in their group to identify math words and what the definitions are. So they would be working in partners to describe a word and what they think the definition is, and go back and forth to be sure that they understand the words. They can challenge each other if their partner doesn't agree. So this would be a really cool opportunity of something students could work on independently or with a small group or a partner for a student-led activity when they are supposed to be working on something other than a whole group instructional activity. You will see similar activities for all the way up through 4th and 5th grade. If you are working with students above grade level or our gifted students, you will see that you also have activities for 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. So play around with the toolbox when you get a moment. There are a lot of really great activities in here to help challenge or intervene with a student who might need some extra practice. But again, that assessment opportunity here for grades 2 and above is going to be really helpful when talking about preparing for our end of the year diagnostic. If you have questions after playing with this, I would love to chat with anyone, whether with your team or individual, to help pull specific activities or assessments that would be best for your students. Let me know if you have any questions.